For those who have missed today's class, here is the explanation of the ant and the grasshopper. So the ant and the and the cricket, the ant and the cricket is adopted from Aesop's fable. This was asked in the question, but some of you could not answer. It is adopted from Aesop's fable, and it is and a fable means a story. It is often with animal characters, as it conveys a moral, and this poem is about an ant and a cricket, contains an idea of far-reaching significance. The significance means importance, which is as true of the four-legged cricket as the two-legged one. Surely you have seen a cricket that has two legs. What is it? And the cricket with two legs means human beings. So human beings can also be compared with this story, and so okay. So let us begin with the story. A silly young cricket, silly means a foolish young cricket, accustomed to sing. Accustomed means habitual to sing, through the warm sunny months. Warm means very good, very nice, very pleasant. So through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring. Gay means happy. So began to complain with when he found that at home his cupboard was empty. He began to when he found that his cupboard was empty, there was nothing to eat in his cupboard. The winter was come, and the winter had come, and not a crumb to be found, and there was not a single piece of bread or anything eatable to be found. Any piece of especially of eatable thing is crumb. So bread crumbs, very small pieces. So no, on the snow-covered ground, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. And so the cricket was unable to find anything because everything was covered with snow. Okay, so his larder or his cupboard was empty. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? Oh, what will become of me? This is the complete sentence. Oh, what will become of me? So what will happen to me? I will die. There is nothing to eat, that he means, that he will die and there is nothing for him to eat. So he makes a move. He makes a move according to the story. Let us continue with the next stanza. At last, by starvation and famine, made bold. So normally we do not speak about different issues, but when we are very much troubled by something, then only our mouth opens. So famine made him bold. He had the courage to speak out that I am dying, I want something to eat. So at last, starvation and famine made him bold enough to speak, and all dripping with wet. And so as he had set out to move, to go and ask someone, he was dripping. Water was dropping from his body, from his clothes. So he all dripping, he was all wet, with wet and with water, and all trembling, and he was fully trembling. He was shivering of cold, with cold, to see if to keep him alive he could grant him shelter from rain. So he went out in search of someone to give him food and shelter. Um, uh, and a mouthful of grain, and he wanted something to eat to fill his stomach. He was starving, he was dying of hunger. So he wished only to borrow, and he only wanted to borrow. Borrow means he will return it back. He would repay it tomorrow. He will return it back tomorrow. So that is what borrowing also means. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. Otherwise, he would die of pain and hunger. So starvation, hunger, sorrow, pain. So he will die of pain. So uh, says the ant to the cricket. And so he went to the ant and he said, so all the things that he would die of starvation if he is not given food and shelter. So what does the ant reply? So says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend. He's just telling like that only. He is not very serious. The ant is not very serious about what he is saying, well, because he is saying, I am your servant. He is not his servant, but he wants to be humble. That's why he is using these words. He doesn't want to scold the cricket. So that's why he is saying, I am your servant and friend. But we ants never borrow. We ants never lend. And so but the principle of the ants is that they don't take anything from anyone, and they don't give anything anyone, don't lend anything for later to be returned. But tell me, dear cricket, what did you lay nothing by when weather was warm? So you lay nothing by means you kept nothing for yourself. You saved nothing for yourself. What did you? So did you lay nothing by? Did you not save anything for you when the weather was warm? When the weather was good, and then what were you doing? Warm means good. We have earlier discussed. So quoth the cricket not. So the cricket said. For sad, Quoth, old English word for sad, SAID, sad. So quoth the cricket, no, I did not store anything when the weather was warm. So he asked that and he tells further, when the weather was warm, then my heart was so light that I sang day and night, and I enjoyed, and as a result I kept on singing day and night. For all nature looked gay. We have read this word earlier. Gay means happy, because the whole nature looked, the trees looked so fine, there was nice breeze, there was nice light, so everything looked so happy and charming and bright and beautiful. So for the nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say. So ant is saying, so sir, again he is trying to be civilized and humble. That's why I use of the word sir. You sang, sir, giving respect. You sang, sir, you say. So you are telling me that you sang. So go then, now rebuking him, that says the ant, and dance the winter away. So if you are able to sing during the warm days, now go and sing and dance. And that means he is making fun of the ant also at the same time. He is making fun. He is making a mocking remark. It is known as mocking remark. MOCKING, mocking remark. Learn all these words. properly, because besides explanation, when other questions are asked, then all these words become useful. So go through the explanation once again, what I have explained, and you can gather. So thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket, and in this way, ending his speech, his talk, he hastily lifted the wicket. Wicket means the window, the door, or whatever. He opened the door, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket, and he said, now you should move out. I can't share anything with you. So the poor little cricket had to go out. So folks call this a fable, and this is a story of it is known as a fable, and folks call it fable. Folks means people who have been living in a place for a long time, so generation after generation. So folks call this a fable, and when a story passes from one generation to another, it becomes a fable. It has got a moral teaching. So I'll warrant it true, and I will give my warranty that this thing is true. What is true? Some crickets have 4 legs, and the poet says some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. Means there are this is a story, this fable is about real ant and real cricket, made to talk. They are personified like human beings. Anything which is turned into like human being, it is known, this device, this figure of speech is known as personification, the device of personification. So but the poet is saying that this also applies to real human beings, not personification, but real human beings also. Some human beings, they are very lazy, and they just waste their time like the cricket did, when the time is good, when the time is right, when they are young, and when they can work, then they are not working. But suddenly old age comes. One day it is like the winter, and the old age comes, or a person becomes infirm. INFIRM, infirm means unable to work because of old age. And so if he has not saved anything, no money, then his condition would be like the cricket, poor cricket, who had nothing when the time came. And so we should take this story as an example for ourselves, that we should not waste our time. We should keep on working, and when the time is right, like you are students, you should keep on studying properly. You should not waste your time, because this time will not come again in your life. So I think you have learned the story, and if there are still any doubts about it, then you can ask me. Okay, thank you.